Good morning, peeps. It is the morning after chemo. I had chemo yesterday. I have so much stuff to update you on that I think I'm gonna have to do like a video for each thing because I haven't been posting, and that's all just there's just a whole story behind it. And I don't have my stand with me. This is just old school. I'm holding my phone and just talking to you. Check out my hair. Don't look out the messy bedhead part, but check out my hair. And I also started this video once already, but I was like leaning back against the bed. I had like the worst double chin and the worst lighting, and I looked like the Grim Reaper's pet. Yeah, it wasn't good. So I was like, oh, look, I look better in this lighting. But yeah, God is so amazing, because even after all the chemo I had, with all of its drugs, and it likes to trigger just horrific nerve pain in this leg that I'm messing with, which is just a story in its own. I had zero sleep, the worst pain of my life, morphine, all kinds of morphine. It didn't even touch it until about 6 o'clock this morning. So I'm running on like bits and doses. I didn't sleep all night until about 5:30. I started drifting off, but then like every 30 seconds it would wake me up, and then I finally got maybe like an hour and a half around 6. So this is what this looks like. This nice chemo flush. That did not look good. Oh, I'm so sorry, peeps. That was not what I was aiming for. This nice red flush. Looks like I have natural blush, but it's chemo, steroids, and benadryl. Eyebrows are just lack of sleep, lazy, and I already rubbed one partially off. And eyes are just puffy and a little bit stoned, because I am a little bit stoned. And I have to wait like probably another half hour before I can drive home, because I can't drive home high. So I'm gonna talk to you all. God is good though, because even after all of that, I feel good. I feel pretty good. I'm gonna go home and take a nap, but I actually feel pretty good. So I'm just gonna start with chemo, because that's what I'm talking about. I have a new chemo routine. It wasn't supposed to be, but just, I don't know, because of the way things just kind of compiled. January and February have been really, really rough. And I talked to my doctor at the end of December, and because he's just kind of watching, because I get neuropathy a little bit in my hands and feet, mostly my feet. They tend to like to tingle a little bit, and get just a little numbish. And he really just doesn't want that to progress or get worse, because once it's there, it's permanent. So he wanted to give my body a little bit of a break. So January he decided to put me on every second week. And thank goodness he did. Well, see, God already knew how I was gonna feel. So my doctor decided to put me on every second week, because it was rough. I didn't feel like I normally when I have a week off of chemo, I feel so good. It's like a refresh. And this time I felt just so rough, on and off, just rough, not really wanting to do anything. And then February came, and I didn't talk to him. I had his fill-in doctor, and she just kept me on the same schedule, even though he was like one round only. So whatever, but thank goodness she did, because February wasn't really much better, and I was telling her all the things that were going on with me. I just felt like a zombie, and I was kind of really wrestling with nausea and like heartburn, and it's just such a magical time. Inside joke, Mama Bear's gonna get that one. Actually, anybody who's in this chemo battle with us, anybody who's had anybody on it's not magical. So me and my mom started coining this phrase. It's just such a magical time, sarcastically, because it's not. And then February really wasn't much better, and it was my first round, the second round in February. that I realized they weren't giving me the proper pre-meds, that I was only getting half the dose. And it just reminded me, because I got so complacent and just tired and lazy, and I had to start being my own advocate again and really watching, because doctors are good, they know what they're doing, but they can slip up. And I realized I was only getting half of my anti-reaction drugs, like half the dose I was supposed to get. So I was like, you gotta up that. You gotta up it. It's not good. It's not going, I've been getting 50 mils since I had an allergic reaction. You gotta spike that. Okay, they looked and they're like, oh yeah, looks like we missed last time. And the time before, maybe I was like, well, that's why. Because it turns out the meds that I get before that stuff goes into my body is 10 times more important than anything I take afterwards. So they upped it to 50, like it's supposed to be. And I felt much better. On my last round, I actually felt almost normal. And then I talked to my doctor again, and he's decided that he is going to keep me on every second week. It makes me nervous, but it also kind of makes me excited, because if it goes well and it works, it could open some doors to get a little bit of life back. If I'm only getting chemo maybe twice a month instead of 3 or 4 times, it feels like a window is opening into a little bit more life, and it makes me very nervous but happy. They're gonna keep me on this, and then after Easter, they're gonna scan everything. I'm gonna get a bone scan and CT just to make sure that it's working and that everything is still stable. Because he said, we need proof and evidence that it is in fact working. If it's not, he will have to figure something else out. But he sounds optimistic and hopeful that it will work. He wants to keep me on the lowest dose possible for the best results. Yeah, so I'm nervous, but I'm trusting God and God's plan, and this feels like it feels like a positive. It feels like it's a window to some possibilities at a little bit more life, and that's always a very good thing. So that's going to be, I think, my first update for you guys. Oh yes, one more thing. When I was talking to him, I was always forgetting I have a drug that I'm supposed to take the morning before, or the night before and the morning of treatment. And again, I got just complacent and lazy, and I kept forgetting the night before. So I took the morning of, thinking, well, that's probably fine. And my doctor said no, because I was telling him how rough I've been feeling. And then he said, take your montelukast, take the night pill. It's the most important pill. He just got the cutest accent. It's the most important one. He's like, you take it the morning of, and it's too little too late. You take your night pill, take your night pill. So I took my night pill this round, and even with everything going on, I feel much better this morning. So shockingly, they prescribed me that for a reason. But I'm getting on the mend, and getting my pills right, my dosages right, and keeping my neuropathy under control, and hopefully got a little bit more life coming, and I got a lot more updates coming your way. Probably throughout the day I'm going to keep recording. So if I'm wearing the same outfit in the next 10 videos, it's just because I'm recording them all today so I can just keep posting. So I love you all. Please keep following, please keep watching, and I'm going to try and be as real and sneak some of my humor in too. A lot more updates coming your way. Talk to you soon.